wanted to use
really sure.
For you today is a somber one, but one that I hope you will agree ends as everything must end for those of us who are people of faith in joy. My friends, the days of acceptable Christianity are over. The days of comfortable Catholicism are past. It's no longer easy to be a faithful Christian, a good Catholic, an authentic witness to the truths of the gospel. It's not easy anymore. A price is demanded, a price that must be paid. There are costs to discipleship, heavy costs, costs that are burdensome and painful to bear. Of course, one can still identify oneself as a Catholic and even be seen going to Mass. That's because the guardians of those norms of cultural orthodoxy that we have come to call political correctness do not assume that identifying as a Catholic or going to Mass necessarily means one actually believes what the Church teaches, especially on issues such as marriage and sexual morality and the sanctity of human life. And if, in fact, one does not believe what the Church teaches, or, for now at least, even if one does believe those teachings, but is prepared to be completely silent about them, one is safe. One can still be a comfortable Catholic. In other words, a tame Catholic, a Catholic who is ashamed of the gospel, or who is willing publicly to act as if he is ashamed of the gospel, is still socially acceptable. But a Catholic who makes it clear that he or she is not ashamed of the gospel is in for a rough go. He or she must be willing to take risks and make sacrifices. If, Jesus said, anyone wants to be my disciple, let him take up his cross and follow me. We American Catholics, who have had it so good, having become comfortable, had forgotten or ignored that timeless gospel truth. If you want to be my disciple, take up your cross and follow me. But there will be no ignoring that truth now, my friends. The question each of us today must face is this: am I ashamed of the gospel? And that question opens to others. Am I prepared to pay the price that will be demanded if I refuse to be ashamed? If, in other words, I am prepared to give public witness to the massively politically incorrect truths of the gospel. Truths that the mandarins of an elite culture shaped by the dogmas of expressive individualism and me-generation liberalism do not want to hear spoken. Or put more simply, am I willing, or am I, in the end, simply unwilling to take up my cross and follow Christ? Powerful forces and currents in our society press us to be ashamed of the gospel, ashamed of the good, ashamed of our faith's teaching on the sanctity of human life in all stages and conditions, ashamed of our faith's teaching on marriage as the conjugal union of husband and wife. These forces insist that the Church's teachings on these matters are out of date, retrograde, insensitive, uncompassionate, illiberal, bigoted, even hateful. These currents bring pressure on all of us, most especially on young Catholics, to yield to this insistence. They threaten us with consequences if we refuse to call what is good evil and what is evil good. They command us to conform our thinking to their orthodoxy, or else say nothing at all.